Nouns are words that name something, such as a person, place, thing, or idea. The example is my father. It's known as person. Belitung Island is known as place, and zoo is known as things. The kind of noun, the first countable noun. It can be divided into two types. Singular, marked by is. Plural, marked by are. The second, uncountable noun. It's marked by an. Noun can be used as subject and object. Noun as subject. For example, Agung is happy. Noun as object. For example, she gave the car into her.
Verbs categories. First, transitive, intransitive, and ditransitive. Verbs that use a direct object but not an indirect object are called transitive. They don't always need a direct object, but they have the option. Examples: clean, like, learn, etc. Verbs that don't use either a direct or indirect object are called intransitive. These verbs are complete action by themselves. Examples: go, walk, talk, sleep, etc. Verbs that use both direct and indirect objects are called ditransitive. They don't always need an indirect object, but they have the option. Examples: throw, make, buy, sell. Second, active and passive verb. In English, the standard format where the subject performs the action is known as the active verb. However, you can switch around your words to make the direct or indirect object the subject of the sentence, known as the passive verb. For examples, Strickland threw the ball to Williams. The active verb is threw. And also, the ball was thrown to William by Strickland. The passive is thrown. Third, regular and irregular verbs. Verbs that use the normal forms are regular verbs. Unfortunately, some verbs don't want to play by the rules. They have their own unique forms with the patterns specifically for the simple past tense and past participle forms. These are notorious irregular verbs. Examples: regular is call, called, called. Irregular is begin, began, began.
Verbs are words that describe actions, whether physical or mental. Verbs also describe a state of being, like the verbs be, become, or exist. Every sentence needs at least one verb. If there's no verb, it's an incomplete sentence or a sentence fragment. Examples: drink, write, eat, and speak. Types of verbs. 1. Modal auxiliary verbs. Modal auxiliary verbs are not the main verbs, but they do change its meaning slightly. Some common examples are can, may, could, should, would, must, would, and might. 2. Action verbs. These verbs are formally known as dynamic verbs, but can also be called action or event verbs. Examples: walk, swim, play, sing, and dance. 3. Stative verbs. Stative verbs describe a subject state or feeling, including things they like and don't like. Examples: need, want, prefer, love, and hate. 4. Auxiliary verbs. Auxiliary verbs or helping verbs are used in English to change another verb's tense, voice, or mood. Example: be, have, and do.
Next is pronoun. What is pronoun? A pronoun is a word that is used instead of a noun or a noun phrase. Pronouns refer to either a noun that has already been mentioned or to a noun that doesn't need to be named specifically. A pronoun replaces the noun in a sentence. A noun names a person, place, thing, or idea. Without pronouns, we constantly have to repeat nouns, and that would make our speech and writing repetitive. So there are 8 different types of pronoun, including personal pronoun, possessive pronoun, reflexive pronoun, reciprocal pronoun, relative pronoun, demonstrative pronoun, interrogative pronoun, and indefinite pronoun.
Okay, I'm Laura, and I will continue my friend's materials. I will explain to you guys about the table of pronouns. There are 2, personal pronoun and possessive adjective or pronoun. There are subject and object, and adjective and object. So, if the personal pronoun subject is I, then the object is me. If the subject is you, then the object is you. If the subject is she, then the object is her. If the subject is he, then the object is him. If the subject is it, and the object is it. If the subject is we, then the object is us. If the subject is they, then the object is them. Okay, now I will give you guys an example from subject in personal pronoun. I studied alone yesterday. You need to get a little exercise. She is the best actor. He has made many movies. It can be very warm in September. We will go to the concert tomorrow. Yesterday, they come to my house. Example from object in personal pronoun. Please help me move this table. He remembers you very well. I want to buy her new backpack. They spoke to him yesterday. Someone has paid the refrigerator, so I can't buy it. He gave us chocolate and our teeth are broken. She told them to come in. Okay, now we go to possessive adjective or pronoun. If the adjective is my plus noun, then the object is mine. If the adjective your plus noun, then the object is yours. If the adjective her plus noun, then the object is hers. If the adjective is his plus noun, then the object is his. If the adjective is its plus noun, then the object is its. If the adjective is our plus noun, then the object is ours. If the adjective is their plus noun, and the object will be theirs. So now let me give an example adjective from possessive adjective. My shoe is too big. Your birthday party is very lively. Her favorite food is chicken wing. His life looks incredible, but the truth we never know. It would be an excellent opportunity to get out of this house with its unpleasant memories. Our grandmother will be back at 8 p.m. Their ability to produce delicious main course must recognize. Last, the example object from possessive adjective there are so I say the horses and chickens are mine, and Alex says the other animals are his. I hope to have a love like yours someday. When his gaze met hers, it was blank. She stopped and gazed up his face. I am afraid to see the dog's teeth. Its are sharp. There are so many restaurants that sell beef steak, but ours taste the best. The clothes hanging there are theirs.
Okay, now I will explain about adjective. Adjective is words that describe the qualities or states of being nouns. Adjectives are more emphasized on the source, nature, and physical characteristic. The number of adjectives is very large, so the adjectives that have been standardized in the dictionary are only regional adjectives. Thus modified adjectives come from 4 other sorts of words out of those bare adjectives. 1. Adjective coming from nouns. Example, toothbrush, government building, and others. 2. Adjective from verb plus ing. Example, drawing machine and sleeping beauty. 3. Adjective from passive verb. Example, visited people and educated people. 4. Adjective from noun, or nouns made from the base verb plus ing. Example, waiting list and swimming pool. Next. Okay, adjective has also specific characteristic. 1. Ending with able, namely the adjective derived from verb that means possible to be. Example, the first one is touchable. Example sentence, today, curls are left soft and touchable and healthy hair is a must. The second one is unbelievable. Example sentence, the colors are unbelievable and the shapes are fantastical. 2. Ending with OUS. Example, the first one is curious. Example sentence, the cat was naturally curious about its new surroundings. The second one is nervous. Example sentence, she is nervous about her job interview. 3. Ending with Y, L, and full. Example, the first one is funny. Example sentence, he's acting funny today. The second one is factual. Example sentence, his factual response chilled her. The third one is beautiful. Example sentence, you are the most beautiful woman I have ever seen.
Okay, let me introduce myself. My name is Petersona Hulu. I come from Nias Island. Jadi yang saya jelaskan kali ini adalah adjective. Adjective. What is an adjective? Simply put, an adjective is a word used to describe a person, place, or thing. An adjective modifies nouns or pronouns. Jadi teman-teman, pada kali ini adalah adjective itu adalah suatu kata yang digunakan untuk menggambarkan seseorang, suatu tempat, atau suatu benda. Adjective juga dapat dimodifikasi sebagai kata benda atau kata ganti. Jadi beberapa contoh atau example in sentence. Number 1, my mom just bought hat red dash. Ibu saya baru saja memberi gaun merahnya. Number 2, she tell me that we will use the faster car. Dia memberitahuku bahwa kita akan menggunakan mobil tercepat. Number 3, atau yang terakhir, my new account has to be closed soon. Akun baru saya harus ditutup segera. In the first sentence, read is the adjective of dress. In the second sentence, fastest in the adjective of the cat. In the last sentence, new is the adjective of account. Pada kalimat pertama, yaitu adjective itu terdapat pada kata merah. Sedangkan di kalimat kedua, pada contoh kalimat kedua, adjective itu terdapat di kalimat cepat atau tercepat. Di contoh yang terakhir, number 3, adjective itu terdapat pada kalimat akun. Sekian, thank you.
Hello, I want to tell you about what is adverb, but firstly I want to introduce myself. My name is Santa Gemma Galgami. You can call me Santa. Now I want to tell you about what is adverb. Adverb is word that modifies a verb, an adjective, another adverb, or even whole sentence. The difference between adjective and adverb is 1. Adjective always notice noun. Example, he is a hard worker. 2. Adverb always notice about verb. Example, he has to work hard.
Yang terakhir adalah materi adverb. Kind of adverb. Manner. Yang pertama adalah manner, yaitu fast, hard, successfully, etc. Yang kedua adalah place. Here, there, near, up, etc. Yang ketiga time, yaitu now, soon, still, yet, etc. Yang keempat frequency, yaitu always, sometimes, ever, etc. Yang kelima seriousness, yaitu certainly, likely, surely, etc. Nomor 6 degree, yaitu fairly, hardly, rather, etc. Yang ketujuh adalah interrogative, yaitu when, where, how. Yang kedelapan adalah relative, the year when I was born.